We're going to talk more today about the roller coaster of government funding. Is it suspended? Is it not suspended? That's what we're going to discuss today. But first, here's the kitten taking a nap and the older one back there, right there. Those are both rescue cats. Anyway, I thought maybe you'd like to see a sleeping kitty. It would help you with your anxiety. So, have you decided you just want out? You're not going to teach anymore? That's a question only you can answer. What is going on with this funding stuff? It's suspended. It's not suspended. It's redacted. Oh, redacted doesn't mean it's not suspended. Yes, it does. If you redact an order, if you redact a memo, it no longer exists. Some people apparently, who are first English language speakers, have a problem with English, not understanding the definitions of words. Now, I could do an entire series on why definitions matter. Words mean things, right? How do you not know what redact means? I have absolutely no idea. So that's the topic for this coffee chat, or it's a tea talk, actually. Um, what are you going to do, right? You need to have a contingency plan. And I said this in the other coffee chat that I did this week, but it needs repeating. Your contingency plan needs to start from the place of self care. You cannot provide for your family. You cannot give your students what they need from you if you do not practice self care. Now, this is really difficult for someone with a Cherokee overachiever gene. My grandma was a hospice nurse. She was a general contractor by hobby. She built and designed 7 houses as a hobby. Um, so I come by it honestly. It's hard to turn that off and not be the Energizer Bunny and just keep going and going and going. But you have to take care of yourself first. That means, and this is a talk I had with my students today, you have got to make sure you're drinking enough water, particularly if you're stressed. You've got to drink more water. You need to make sure you're eating enough protein. You need to make sure you take a nap if you have a chance, or just go to bed an hour early. Your brain needs that space for you to make good quality decisions, for you to be able to speak clearly. I went back to bed for an hour this morning because I could. I set my alarm early enough that if I wake up and I am having some sort of asthma issue, or I just didn't sleep very well during the night, I have that option built into my schedule where I can go back to sleep for an hour. I very rarely take that. I took it this morning. I got up, I fell over on my bed. I just could not even stand up straight. The emotional roller coaster of this week has taken its toll on me. And but I had to be there for my students. That meant I needed just a little bit more sleep. Would 20 minutes have worked? I don't think so. Am I going to go to bed early tonight? Absolutely. Um, only you know what that self care is going to look like for you. And I want to encourage you to also take care of your meditation needs, your spirituality needs. We are whole people. Even if you're an atheist, you have a spiritual center, right? Or you wouldn't have felt that that was who you are. spiritually. You need to take care of that. Whatever you do, go out in nature, take a walk, take a nap, um, watch nature videos on TV if you can't go outside. The pollution levels where we are this week are horrendous. It was orange outside here yesterday. The pollution was so bad. I don't dare go anywhere for a walk. Um, Everything that we do is based from that center. That is a Native American belief. You have a choice when you get up every morning. Which dog are you going to feed today? Are you going to feed the one that's angry or the one that's peaceful? So we can't even make those decisions if we don't practice self care. Apparently, we're going to have to stay tuned to find out exactly what is going on here. Is Head Start going away? Are student loans going away? Nobody knows. Is your position in higher education grant funded? If you don't know that, you need to be asking some questions in your meetings this week. And then just make a plan starting there. But what else can you do? Maybe only have one cup of coffee instead of two. Figure out places where you can economize a little bit and be able to put a little bit more money back. So you have the funds for yourself in case those other funds go away. Now, few of us, especially in education, because we are abysmally underpaid in the US, abysmally, right? Some of us don't even make minimum wage. When you sit down and figure out all the hours we put into everything, how are you going to be able to put money back when you're a teacher and you're not getting paid enough in the first place? That is a question I don't have an answer to. There are ways to economize where you can kind of take that pressure, take that anxiety off of your family budget. But, I can you sign up for a tutoring website? Maybe. Um, I've never been able to get on one where uh, I was on University Tutors for about 10 years. But let's say tutors.com, stuff like that, I have never been able to get them to approve me. I see a lot of people, oh, get on Cambly and do language. Nope. Cambly will tell you that your bandwidth is not fast enough. Um, a lot of these places tend to hire people that aren't capable. Can you go on Fiverr and offer English speaking practice? Maybe. I've had problems with that too. Um, you're just going to have to figure out what you're going to do. Now, in the previous coffee chat video, I talked about how you could do test scoring for Pearson. So you might want to go and look for that one. It's in this collection of current trends in education. And do you sew? Maybe make some ribbon skirts. Do you do beadwork? There are still people who are going to go out very soon for powwows and stuff. They need to upgrade their regalia, replace things that just aren't working. Maybe they've decided to make a new dress and they need a different color combination. There are things like that. That you may have time in your schedule to do, you may not. And I absolutely encourage you if you can only take an hour a week to do some sort of spiritual meditation, be in nature, then do that. Maybe you need to have your headphones on and listen to music, right? Um, Stay away from your emails that pop up. I get emails from everybody, whether there's somebody in Congress I agree with or not. I want to know what they're saying. I want to hear from them firsthand. If you are that kind of person, you need to give yourself a break, right? This is beyond social media, right? Um, but make sure you've got that hour where you can just set everything aside, block out the world, and you spend that hour with yourself. If you can make it 2 hours, fantastic. I had a student a couple of years ago who sets all of Saturday aside to do beadwork, making ribbon shirts, anything that you would do with your hands. There's a PBS show where the guy that does it, that goes around and visits different crafters and artisans, says when you use your hands, you feed your soul. And this is very true. And only you can decide what combination of things are going to work for you. Maybe you can't do all of that every week. Maybe you can only do it once a month. Try to have at least that 1 hour once a week to spend that time with yourself in calmness and meditation. And if you're a metalhead, you know, slap on some Tuamas Halopainen and just chill right on out. So until next time, hopefully the roller coaster has somewhat come to an end. I will talk to you guys later. Thank you for being here.